Welcome to West Virginia Commonplace. This episode right here is the Saturday show, which is also the September update. Now, the September update, that we're going to be talking about the things that have gone on with me, different parts of life and things that have happened inside the podcast. And shout out to the people over on TikTok, because you guys are actually getting to see this show live right now. First time that I've done a TikTok podcast and done a show basically showing off our podcast. So here I go. So here's the September update. Health wise, being diabetic, I've been diagnosed diabetic over a month now. So it's kind of like, man, what do you do? What do you eat? How do you change your lifestyle around? Which I am proud to promote that I have lost at least 10 pounds from August till now on that. So it's been kind of wild for that. Further going along with the show, we did the Death of Cinema in August. That was the pay-per-view. I mean, not the pay-per-view. That was the podcast. I'm a little nervous because we got TikTok Live going on. Basically, we did 4 shows about the Death of Cinema, how I think that in the near future that it will drop off or something will happen and we will no longer be out here going to the movie theaters as much as we are. Good support from the audience and good support from everybody from all social media platforms and anywhere that they came across to listen to us. I want to thank you. And I also want to thank everybody else for what you guys did with Sparrows Under Review, where we did for the month of September. We covered the Twilight Saga. That was an interesting thing for me, especially the last movie and what happens in the movie. There is a reaction video. Make sure you're definitely following Stacy so you can learn a little bit more about that. Furthermore, with the development of the show, I got back into doing more interviews. So we're doing interviews on Tuesday. I usually block off like 6 to 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We have a calendar over on our Instagram if you want to ever come on the show, because we invite all, because we like to hear about different topics and different things that are going on with people. And basically, it felt good to get back in the interview, and I was out here in this space, and I'm just like, yo, I can just shout out to everybody that's joining us in the TikTok Live. I really appreciate it. Thank you all for joining in. But basically, I got back to doing interviews because we took probably like a 6 to 9 month hiatus from doing interviews. And the reason that we stopped doing these interviews and all this other stuff is because I wanted to develop the show a little bit better, have more about like what we want to talk about and stuff like that. Because we still deal with all of the stuff in society, culture, handling mental health empowerment, just bringing good stuff to people, things that we normally just don't think about. That's what I think about when I try to bring a guest on. I don't necessarily want to bring on the same song and dance or cover everything that, I slipped on the floor. Let me show y'all this real quick. Hold on. I slipped on this fly swatter. That's why you heard me kind of make that weird sound. But anyway, back to the podcast, because like I said, we're recording this on TikTok Live, and I'm recording this right now through our setup. So bringing the guest back on brought a different aspect out of me, because I had to do a little bit more research. I had to do more to get the guests, get more out of the guests. So further going on with that, we've been doing little fun shows, and like at the end of the month, like this episode comes out on Saturday, I will, I'm doing this recap of, what I thought about this month and thought about the different shows that we had on there. And bringing back the interviews was a great reception. We had different things come out, and different portions of the show. Thank you, Galaxy Goof. Shout out. Thanks. So the thing is that we kind of just got out here and the interviews just flowed. They made sense. And when things make sense, that's what has made the difference in our podcast and made people want to come over and howdy, and definitely listen to the show. So for me, that's been the thing, the driving thing there. And the thing that has like kept me wanting to continue to podcast is that when you got all these people and they want to listen and they enjoy it, it builds a community. And our community is across on Discord, TikTok, all these different social medias. So with all that being said, I like that we're able to, take care of that and get these shows out to the audience and the different topics. And my favorite thing that like next month, I get to talk about internet, computer love. Computer love is going to be exciting. I'm going to talk about its inception for me. And it wasn't ICQ chat. It was on America Online's where it started, because it was ASL. And if you don't know what ASL is, then you definitely are probably from a different generation. From AOL to MySpace to Facebook to even Instagram to a certain degree. So I'll be covering a different array of stuff on the weekends in the month of October, slated for Computer Love. And throughout the month, you're going to get different interviews. Like we have some different ways of thinking coming from some of the guests, and we have some great authors coming on about science fiction and about some horror too, because it's October, so we definitely got to cover something in the horror genre. And over on Sperry's Review, you're going to catch a little bit of any and everything. You will be surprised. We're going to have some different things going on over there. Now, with that being said, I don't like to make these updates very long, but I do want to thank every single person that watched this on TikTok Live. And I want to thank everybody that enjoys what we do outside of the podcasting, because we try to be everywhere that we can. We're on TikTok, we're on Twitch. I haven't been playing the games as heavy as I want to, but we try to do an array of things. And the key thing that I want to leave out there for the audience and anybody that's watching on TikTok right now and just listening, seek the uncommon, and then that will bring you to West Virginia Uncommon Place. So on that note, I am JR, and I'm signing off.
Hey y'all, Appalachian Queer Film Festival is back. Join us for film, community, and conversation at the Foundry Theater in Huntington, West Virginia from October 6th to 8th. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Appalachian Queer Film Fest and look at our website, AppalachianQueerFilmFest.com, for more information. Hope to see you there.
WV Uncommon Place. This podcast is a variety podcast that houses numerous series to cover mental health, empowerment, podcast framework, and various intimate theories to get to know the hosts. Along with occasional movies reviews and dives in pop culture with our event podcast episodes. The Uncommon Place digs into bringing guests on that stories don't fit the mold and are very different. WV stands for the great state of West Virginia, and every quarter we cover something in West Virginia. Stacy and myself, JR, are your hosts, so please come along for this venture to our Uncommon Place.
Please follow WV Uncommon Place on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, TikTok, where we have some great content, Facebook, LinkedIn. Hit up the merch store at oncommonplace.square.site. Join the email list from the website, and rate, subscribe, and give feedback from your favorite podcatcher. And lastly, thanks for listening, and tune into the next episode.
Hey Capshovians, mark your calendars for January 23rd and 24th as we bring you the first ever Capshovians Live in Orlando. We are bringing together a dozen expert speakers to dive deep into the just one, key strategy you need to scale your marketing and your business in 2024. You get an exclusive peek into the future of the Capsho software and connect with leading industry figures. Whether you're looking to network with fellow entrepreneurs, learn from top-notch experts, or just want a memorable experience, this is the place to be. We are keeping this event intentionally intimate so that you're not just another face in a crowded room. Yes, we want to get to know each and every one of you, so spots are very limited, which means you're going to need to grab your ticket now. Go to www.capshovianslive.com and get in on the early bird pricing before it goes up. That's www.capshovianslive.com, and let's take on 2024 together.